During the SK Direct Part 2 of 2, we announced the first character of the 4th Party Fighter Pass, the WWE Superstar himself, John Cena. And we haven't said anything since. But hey, if Smash can do it, then I can do it too. So, we're here now. John Cena's moveset is all laid out on the table, and I'm just gonna run through it. And if you don't know how this is gonna work, basically, I'm gonna run through his special moves, his taunts, victory animation, everything he would probably have if Sakurai just decided to add these type of characters one day, which we all know is not gonna happen. So let's just get through it, because I know this is probably gonna be a long video because there's a lot to run through, so let's just get into it. So John Cena would be a middleweight fighter, kinda in between Cloud and Mii Sword Fighter. Of course he would have 2 jumps, I wouldn't expect him to have any more, and he's gonna crawl, because they crawl in the games, so it makes sense. Cena's neutral special, he wields a chair. This is a very common item in the WWE, and it's used to, well, bash people's backs in. They used to hit people in the head, but that rating at the top says otherwise. So, John Cena in Smash would probably go for the headshot. I mean, come on. And he can only do this move probably about 5 times before that chair breaks, because in the games as well, they drop the chair after a certain amount of hits. But in the old games, they used to have the chair break, so that's probably what would happen in Smash. For John Cena's side B, he would have the steel steps. John Cena has gone for the steel steps a couple of times in his matches, so I figured it just makes sense. It is also a pretty reoccurring item in the WWE. So John Cena would probably run at the opponent with the steel steps. It would be a very slow move, but it would do some pretty hefty damage. Those steps can definitely take a toll on your body. For John Cena's up B, he would take to the sky with a ladder. Of course, WWE superstars will climb the ladder to grab something, but John Cena's not using it for that. He's using it to get back to that stage. So, he's going to grab a ladder as fast as he can and climb up it. Now, it's going to be kind of like when you run up to the ladder in the game and they jump off it to the outside. Something like that, except he's going to the stage with it. For John Cena's down B, he'll look under the ring. Down there, he'll find 3 items that he can use. The first one is going to be a kendo stick. It's a pretty light weapon, but it can do some pretty quick hits as well. Probably one of the lightest weapons John Cena's going to find down there. The second weapon is going to be a bat. Now, it's going to be a metal bat, so it's not going to be a wooden one. But it can do some pretty good damage. Probably will drop after 4 to 5 hits. And then the final weapon, a fire extinguisher. I'm not even playing. A legit weapon that can be used in the game is a fire extinguisher. The weapon's probably going to drop after 1 to 2 hits, maybe 3, because this is a pretty powerful weapon. And for John Cena's final smash, it could be nothing else than the attitude adjustment, his most iconic move. Now, I don't want this to be a normal attitude adjustment. I'm thinking WWE All-Stars type attitude adjustment. He goes high up into the air and sends you crashing down with the move. Simple as that. Now on to John Cena's taunts. For a side taunt, he'll do his famous "you can't see me" hand motion. For his up taunt, he'll do that peace sign thing he does in the air. And for his down taunt, he'll do kind of a flexing muscle motion. Now onto his victory animations. For his first one, he'll stand back towards the camera, turn around and do his peace sign thing like in his taunt. For his next one, he'll turn around and do the same motion he did with the peace sign, but this time holding the WWE Championship. And for his last one, he'll just do a salute to the camera. Now, this is going to be the hard part. His ults. I honestly couldn't decide. Like, this was the hardest part. In WWE, you change attires like almost every 2 weeks, maybe a month, I don't know. They change all the time. And John Cena is no exception. They call him Mr. Fruity Pebbles for a reason. He changes colors constantly. So I'm just gonna plop the colors I chose, and there you go. No specific order, but his main ult's probably gonna be the orange one from the old days. Cause I was gonna go with the current one, but he's just gonna change it later. And his current one is kind of similar to the other ones. So yeah. Now on to John Cena's music tracks that he would bring to the game. And of course they would come from other WWE superstars as well as him. Now, I wish I could play these, but they're kind of copyrighted, so I just made a playlist of the ones I chose. Here's a link to it, it's at the top. You can just click it, and it'll take you to the playlist of the songs I chose, and you can listen to them for yourself. Now, with the songs, I kind of wanted to get in between all the eras from the WWE. Like, for instance, Stone Cold represents the Attitude Era, Hulk Hogan represents that older era of the WWE, and then Daniel Bryan represents the newer era. As for the rest of the songs, I just picked people that were either very iconic in WWE or fought John Cena like a bunch. Here are the spirits that John Cena would bring as well as the characters that would represent them. I don't have any specific battles for them. If you want to think of some, be my guest in the comments below. But this is all I have as of now. Now onto the stage, and I figured it has to be WrestleMania. Like, could have been Monday Night Raw, could have been SmackDown, but it's gotta be WrestleMania. Like, that's the show of shows, that's the big one. It would probably be kind of Smash themed, maybe a couple of Smash logos, because every WrestleMania stage is different, so you can't really choose one. Plus, a lot of other Smash stages already do this, so I feel it would work. Now it is time for John Cena's classic mode, titled "You Want Some, Come Get Some," which is a line that he uses a bit in the WWE. He has a bunch of lines in WWE, so I kind of just had to choose one. Now this classic mode is going to be themed in how, in the WWE, when you kind of get in there, you fight kind of smaller opponents, and then they get a lot tougher when you move up in the ranks, which is what John Cena's classic mode is all about. Fighting the smaller opponents and then getting up there in the bigger ones. For John Cena's first round, he will be fighting Little Mac. Now, this isn't a small battle, I get that, because round 2 is literally against Pikachu, but I figured I wanted Little Mac first because John Cena's first match was actually against Kurt Angle, so we would use the blue ult for Little Mac. Round 3 would be Incineroar. I mean, this one was obvious. He's the wrestler Pokemon, so I figured he has to fight him at some point. Round 4 would be a handicap match against Ryu and Ken. Now, John Cena's been in a couple of handicap matches, so I figured this would work. Round 5 and 6 are the tougher ones, where he goes against Donkey Kong and King K. Rool respectively. Now, this is like your big shows. This is like your Brock Lesnar's. These guys are tough. And for the final boss, I have Giga Bowser. It was either him or Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but I just felt Giga Bowser made a lot more sense for John Cena's final boss in the classic mode. So, that's what I did. Now it's time for the final part of the video, the Mii costumes. So the first Mii costume would be Triple H, the COO of the WWE and the Cerebral Assassin, the King of Kings, the game. His would probably be a sword fighter outfit, and he would have, for the sword, a sledgehammer. Next up, we would have Rey Mysterio, and I think you would just have the mask, because you don't really want a full outfit. And the mask is the most iconic part, so it's just gonna have the mask. Then we would have Roman Reigns, the whole outfit, vest and all, he'd be a brawler. Next, we would have a Mii Gunner Kane. Now, for the gun, I think we would probably do those pyrotechnic things that are what shoot out the fire and the fireworks and all that stuff in WWE shows. I think that would be the gun piece. Or we could do the urn, but I feel that would be more Undertaker, which probably would also be a pretty good option for the Mii costume. So, either Kane or Undertaker, take your pick. Then we would have Batista. I just felt Batista needed a Mii costume, so he'd be a brawler. But anyway, that is it for the video. Oh my gosh, this was a lot to think about, because John Cena has a lot he could bring to the table. He's never getting in. Don't even try to ask Sakurai for him in the Smash ballots. But I do think if we did get fourth party characters, if John Cena was in, this would probably be what would come. I definitely do feel more songs would come, because WWE has a ton of songs they could bring. Like, oh my gosh. The problem was though that some of the songs weren't owned by them. Like for instance, Undertaker's one song, Keep Rolling, is from Limp Bizkit. Like, it's in the WWE, but it was originally a song on its own. And I was like, that would be cool, but that wouldn't work. But anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, do all those things. In the comment section below, you will also find the original poll for who you want the next fighter to be. You can literally make it anyone you want to if they're not a video game character. Like, the whole spectrum of characters is at your disposal. You just have to pick them. So just go down there, list the character you want. I've seen a couple more come out, and we'll just see what we can do. But be on the lookout, because I'm gonna make this kind of an interesting thing. I'm gonna make it to where at any point in my videos, in streams, a character could be announced. Like, this is gonna be kind of a big thing on the channel. So if you enjoy it, I really hope you do. Hit the like button, subscribe, list your character, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time with Character 2. Peace.